Marka adjusted her Class 1 exosuit for the fifth time in as many minutes. The jungle of Nexus 6 loomed before her, a riot of violet vegetation classified as a Level 3 biohazard. Prolonged exposure meant respiratory failure, neural degradation, and eventually death, which is why Marka couldn't believe what she was seeing. "You're going in? Like that?" she asked, her oversized eyes blinking rapidly in distress. Martha Brown grinned, adjusting the simple bandana tied around her forehead. She wore lightweight pants, a breathable shirt, and sturdy boots. No helmet, no filtration system, no biometric shield, nothing. "It's a beautiful day. Don't want to miss the full sensory experience," Martha replied. Behind her, Izzy Strauss and Lucille Monroe were similarly equipped, which is to say practically naked by Confederation safety standards. Izzy was slathering some kind of oily substance on his exposed skin while Lucille checked a handheld scanner. "The atmospheric composition," Markov began, "is 78% nitrogen, 19% oxygen, with traces of carbon dioxide, argon, and only about 0.03% of the fun stuff that would kill you guys," Izzy finished. "We'll be fine." "Fun stuff?" Markov's voice rose an octave. "The neurotoxins," Lucille clarified. "They're present, but at levels humans can tolerate for about 14 hours. Ever since the breakfast incident 6 months ago, Marka had been assigned as the official liaison to the human contingent on Starlight Station. The humans had proven useful, particularly after sharing their toxin-lenalizing technology, but sometimes Marka wondered if the benefit was worth the constant cardiac stress they caused. "This isn't even an authorized expedition," she protested. "The jungle is off limits except for formal research teams." "We're just going for a hike," Martha said with a dismissive wave. "You know, exploring. It's what humans do for fun." "Fun?" Marcus' translator struggled with the concept. "Yeah, adventure, discovery," Izzy added enthusiastically. "We've been cooped up in that station for weeks," Lucille nodded eagerly. "And according to station records, no one's properly explored this section. Think of all the cool stuff we might find." "Cool stuff that might kill you," Murka emphasized. The humans exchanged amused glances. "That's kind of the point," Martha admitted. "The risk makes it exciting. We invited you and the others along because we thought you might want to experience some genuine human-style adventure," Izzy explained, gesturing to the small group of nervous aliens hovering nearby. There was Zoop, a blue-skinned maintenance worker with enormous fear-filled eyes. Greek, a spindly communications specialist who looked ready to faint, and Flim, a junior scientist whose pale yellow skin was developing stress blotches. "We're all going to die," Greek whispered. "Don't be dramatic," Martha laughed. "Humans do this all the time. We've got survival gear, emergency beacons, and snacks." The mention of human snacks made Marco wince. After 6 months on Starlight Station, she was well aware of what humans considered food. "Fine," Marka sighed. "But we're staying together, and for the love of the 7 systems, please don't put anything in your mouths this time." The humans' innocent expressions weren't reassuring. 30 minutes into their trek, Marka was regretting her decision. The jungle was dense, humid, and filled with sounds that made her sensitive ears twitch. Her exosuit kept flashing warnings about the surrounding flora. The humans, meanwhile, were having the time of their lives. Izzy had stopped by a large, pulsating plant with tendrils that seemed to reach toward him. According to Marco's suit readings, the plant was exuding a paralytic compound strong enough to immobilize most Confederation species. To her horror, Izzy reached out and poked it. "Fascinating texture," he reported, as if he hadn't just touched certain death, almost like firm gelatin. Lucille was crouched by iridescent mushrooms. "These are releasing spores with a molecular structure similar to some hallucinogens back on Earth," she announced. "Don't," Marcock began, but it was too late. Lucille had already plucked one and was inhaling deeply. Earthy, with notes of, something like cinnamon, but metallic, she reported. Martha joined her, took the mushroom, and before Marka could activate emergency protocols, popped a small piece into her mouth. Martha's scream scared away several flying creatures. Calm down, Martha said after chewing. Just a taste test. It's how humans figured out what was safe to eat back on Earth. By putting poison in your mouths? Marco wheezed. Pretty much, Izzy confirmed cheerfully. The survivors passed on the knowledge. Don't eat those red berries, they killed Uncle Grok. Basic human science. I think this one's edible, Martha concluded. Bit bitter, astringent aftertaste. Probably not delicious, but could sustain you in a pinch. Marca's suit helpfully displayed the mushroom's chemical composition, which included 14 compounds labeled as acute toxin. Avoid contact. How? Are you still alive? She whispered. Behind her, Zoop, Grick, and Flim huddled together, watching with horror and fascination. Are all humans like this? Zoop whispered. Worse, Marca replied. Some of them drink coffee for fun. 2 hours deeper into the jungle, Marca had witnessed the humans taste at least a dozen dangerous substances. They'd sampled berries, leaves, and even licked tree bark that made her suit's hazard alarm go haywire. The humans also munched on their own snacks. All items from the Confederation Toxic Registry. Trail mix, multiple Class 2 allergens, energy drinks, so dark chalk and enough theobromine to stop a Viridian's heart. Oh, gross, Lucille's voice came from ahead. Guys, come look at this. They gathered around animal droppings. Marca's suit warned, fecal matter. Warning, potential pathogenic content. She stepped back. The humans crowded closer. Zook, Grick, and Flim maintained a safe distance, disgusted. Definitely carnivorous, Martha said. See the bone fragments? Izzy picked up a stick and poked the dropping, breaking off a dried piece. Looks about 3 days old, he commented, then lifted the stick to his nose and sniffed. Yep, definitely carnivore. High-protein diet. Lucille leaned in and sniffed too. I think it's that purple 6-legged rodent we saw in the station's wildlife logs, she said. Then Martha took the stick and Marca's vision began to gray out, touched it to her tongue. 3 days is right, she concluded. And definitely the hexapod. I can taste the distinctive alkaloids from those blue berries we passed. Flim fainted with a thud. You put excrement in your mouth, Marca shrieked. Just a tiny bit, Martha said. It's an old tracker technique. You learn a lot from scat. By eating it? Not eating, Izzy clarified. Just tasting. Huge difference. Yeah, we wouldn't eat it, Lucille added. That would be gross. Your species will consume known neurotoxins for pleasure, but draw the line at fully consuming excrement. Zook blurted. The humans exchanged glances. Well, yeah, Izzy said. One is food, the other is poop. There's a line, Martha agreed. I don't think I understand humans at all, Grick whispered, fanning unconscious Flim. Later, in the strange yellow-green grass clearing which harbored venomous insects that only affect copper baby blood types, the humans prepared a picnic using earth foods combined with freshly collected alien plants. They'd even brought safe versions for the aliens. Marca tasted hers through her suit's feeding port and was amazed by the complex flavors. It's just ramen with modified earth spices, Marca explained. But we figured if we're dragging you through a deadly jungle, the least we could do is feed you properly. Can I ask something? Flim ventured, recovered from fainting. Teams seek out danger. The station has adequate recreation facilities. Why come here? The humans exchanged thoughtful glances. It's in our nature, Lucille said. Humans have always pushed boundaries. Our ancestors survived by being curious, Izzy added. The ones who explored found better hunting grounds, new food sources. And it's fun, Martha said. The risk makes it exciting, makes you feel alive. But you could die, Zoop pointed out. That's kind of the point, Martha replied. What's the value in doing something if there's nothing at stake? By the end of their hike, Marco had witnessed 19 Confederation safety violations and suffered what her exosuit diagnosed as mild stress-induced cardiovascular strain. Yet she found herself volunteering for their next adventure, a coastal exploration where the humans intended to taste local mollusks despite the region's toxic algae warnings. "I think I'm beginning to understand humans," she told Zoop, who had also surprisingly agreed to join. "Their death wish?" he asked. "Their curiosity," she corrected. "Yes, they put alarming things in their mouths, but they're not entirely reckless. They've developed methods that seem insane to us, but have worked for them for thousands of years." "So what have you learned?" asked Vood, the station administrator, during their debriefing. Marka thought about the expedition, about the humans' excited discoveries despite their casual approach to danger. "I've learned that sometimes, to truly understand something new, you need to take risks," she said, "though I'll leave the actual tasting to the humans." Many thanks to channel member and Pathfinder Ray's Hobbies for making this story possible. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Video shares, memberships, and super thanks help the channel grow as well, so feel free to partner with this channel in that way as we grow. With that all said, thank you again for listening to the story, and thank you for your time. On the left side of your screen are some videos I think you might be interested in. I hope to see you in the next one.